Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. This will be the guide for Nidhoggr, but it will be the Mael team with red Freya. And for Freya you actually need her Holy Relic to be able to work in this team. If you don't know what her Holy Relic does, in Demonic Beast Battle Nidhoggr, the hero's single target attacks have a stance cancel effect. Increases all stats of allies by 4% every time the hero inflicts damage using skills, up to 5 times. The hero is given the additional race of Goddess, which is affected by Goddess unique abilities. If all allies on the battlefield are Goddesses, each Goddess ally increases the hero's attack related stats by 10%. This is a crazy Holy Relic, guys. This is the team we'll be using. For the card set we do have the Skull and Hadi card set, just because the basic stats are increased by 10%. Mael's Grace increases the hero's damage dealt by 20. But his passive is the important part. It increases all of the hero's stats by 7% and damage dealt by 10% for each goddess ally on the battlefield. If all allies on the battlefield are goddesses, applies Brilliance of the Sun on allies at the start of battle. Brilliance of the Sun will decrease your damage taken by 20%. Of course, his ultimate removes stances from all enemies, but it will also apply sunspots. If you have him 1 to 4-6, it will only apply red debuffs on the enemies, so you can't apply it on all the stages. But if you have him 5 to 6-6, you will be able to apply sunspots that are gray debuffs. Of course, his single target attack is very strong. But then Freya, I just told her what her Holy Relic does, and her single target attacks will remove stances. She of course also has a Pierce card, which is very important for floor 1, phase 3, and her ultimate has Abyss, which is some extra damage at the end of the turn. And then we get of course Blue Elat, and her ultimate removes debuffs from all allies and grants debuff immunity and increases defense related stat by 150% for 4 turns. She also has a remove buff card of course, and on rank 2 and 3 it will apply Solidify to the whole team. And of course she can also deplete ultimate move gauges with her single target. And then Green Liz is here because of her ultimate. It will heal the whole team but also fill everyone's ultimate move gauge by 2 orbs. She also has a healing card, and actually this healing card on a rank 2 it also removes debuffs. And of course a single target removes buffs on a rank 1 and 2, but on a rank 3 it even cancels stances as well. So you don't need her Holy Relic, but if you do, it increases all allies HP related stats by 15%. Of course Liz is on HP defense with attack, defense and HP rolls, but then the gear set from Elat is full defense gear, as you can see, and her defense pieces have a lot of resistance rolls. So the rest is the same, but the defense pieces, you can put all resistance rolls. You don't have to look at my defense rolls here. You can just put all resistance rolls, it's even better. So she has the lowest HP on the team, so she will always be targeted. Of course Freya is on attack crits with attack, defense and HP rolls, and the same for Mael. To be able to clear floor 3, you need at least 320, 315 KCC on your team. So this might not be for everyone, or it might be very hard for you to do it. All my units here are 6-6 and maxed out, all of them. So I know it's not very free to play. But at the moment this is one of the only teams that can pretty fast clear all 3 floors. Okay, floor 1, turn 1. Let's get the Liz ultimate, which is the most important. And I attack once with Freya. But floor 1 is pretty easy now with the changes. But there is something I don't really understand. Floor 3, they said in the dev notes that the debuff applied, which will make you unable to heal, which was a gray debuff, would now be a red debuff, so you could cleanse it. But believe me guys, it did not change. So I don't know what that was, but I have to reread those dev notes, because I really remember them saying they would change that on floor 3. On the second turn we've just used the Liz ultimate, so we can heal and get 2 ultimate gauges for everyone. And then we do some damage. As you saw in the beginning, the gear set I put on Elat is full defense gear. That's why she has the lowest health. And the unit with the lowest health will always be targeted first. That's why I have red Tarmian Link on her. If you start a new floor with somebody else having less health than her, that unit will be targeted. So it's always the unit that has the lowest health at the start of the new phase that will be targeted. Okay, let's get the ultimate from Liz again and kill. The best thing to do is actually also get the Elat ult, but my team is more than strong enough, so I don't mind. I don't have it yet. As you can see on phase 2, the enemy has grey buffs, and these are damage reductions. You can only remove them with cancel stance cards, like the ultimate from Mael, it's a cancel stance ultimate. And the single targets from FREYR with her Holy Relic also act as cancel stance cards. So if you remove one of them or two of them, you will do a lot more damage and you will be able to kill pretty fast. On floor 1 you could remove all of them, but starting floor 2, don't remove all of them, keep at least one, especially on floor 3, because he will get a massive attack boost and he will just kill all of your units. Okay guys, just so you know, on floor 1, if you can't kill phase 2 before he gets the ultimate, it's better to remove the ultimate, because the ultimate will remove every buff you got on you. Let's buff up with blue Elat. Then remove one more damage reduction here, and then let's see if we can kill already. No. Okay, we were very lucky with the list cards. We have a rank 3 list card, which is perfect for phase 3. To shred the gauge. Okay, let's heal. Let's do this and do a few attacks here. So we just kill. On floor 1, phase 3, you don't want to do too much damage, guys. Because of the changes they did in Nidhoggr, the rank 3 single targets from every attack completely shreds the gauge. So you just need one rank 3 and you can completely shred the gauge. Don't get the enemy below 3 health bars here, as you can see, because once he gets below, he gets an immense attack buff and it's done. So keep that in mind. Get his health low enough, but not under 3 health bars. But now it's pretty easy to clear this. Before you needed to have a rank 3 or even more than one pierce cards, but now you can just shred the gauge with the rank 3 of any attack. Pretty insane. Okay, let's heal and then just kill this phase. Pretty easy. Okay, I don't really know why it didn't kill. I think he has damage cap on floor 1. Okay, floor 2, this one is okay, not that difficult. It's floor 3 that is a lot more difficult, because the damage the enemy does and always removing our buffs, it's so annoying. Phase 1, again, you want to get first turn the ultimate from Green Elizabeth, so just move cards. Don't use her remove buff card, but because as you can see at the top, he has a buff. If you remove that, you will actually have damage reductions that are so crazy. You can only do 60k damage, and the damage he does, he will completely annihilate your whole team. So don't do that. Just get the ultimates, use one attack card so you can make some room from someone else, but don't use the remove buff card from Elizabeth. Only use it once the enemy has very low health, so you can kill with one more attack that does 60k damage. Okay, here we heal and we do some damage. And then next turn we're gonna do the final damage and then remove the buff. As you can see, we do lose a lot of health here. So let's heal. Luckily we do have heal cards. And the rank 2 heal card, like I said, also cleanses, which is perfect. Let's use the single target from Freya here and then the remove ultimate. You don't want to get ulted on. You might die from the ultimate here. Now I think I can kill actually. As you can see, it puts up a stance, so you need to remove that stance. And a single target from Freya removes stances because of her relic, so this is perfect. Let's do this. This, then remove the buff. And then we kill with the single target from Freya. Yeah, it will be enough damage. Pretty good. Okay, as you can see now, the health is very low. And if you're lucky, as you can see, and you got a rank 2 remove buff card, you can actually kill. But just use a strong attack to be sure you can kill afterwards. Yeah, I wasted that one. It was pretty annoying. But it doesn't matter. We can still remove one of the damage reductions on phase 2 here with the ultimate from Mael. So let's cleanse. Heal with Elizabeth. Then remove one damage reduction and then do some damage with the ultimate from Freya. I hope Freya can heal a bit here because she always heals a lot less than the rest of the units. I don't know why this is the way it is, but you gotta keep that in mind. The enemy still attacks Freya, of course, because like I said, the enemy will always attack the unit with the lowest health when you start the phase, and she had the lowest health, so you'll always attack her now. Pretty annoying. Okay, let's use the ultimate from Elad so we can cleanse and get buffed. Let's heal a bit and do some damage. On floor 2 and floor 3, the enemy will keep putting up stances. I think every 3 turns, something like that. On floor 2, it's on the first phase and the second phase, and on floor 3, it's all the phases, even phase 3. So it's best to have a cancel stance card ready for when that happens. As you can see here, it puts up his stance, and I don't have a cancel stance card. Pretty annoying. But what I can do instead here is just do this turn, merge all the cards here, get most of the ultimates, and just attack once with Freya. Don't forget she has the counter on the stance, so he will do damage here. You don't want to attack multiple times with one unit, keep that in mind, especially not in the stance, but if you can remove the stance, it's better. We are gonna get ulted on here, but on floor 2, phase 2, he doesn't remove the buffs on you with his ultimate. He does do that on floor 1. Let's get the ultimate from everyone. Don't forget to get 2 ultimate gauges with the ultimate from Elizabeth. So let's move 1 card with Freya and attack once with her cancel stance card. And I hope we can do enough damage with Mael here. And then just heal and get all the ultimates. Yeah, we did do enough damage, pretty good. Now we heal when you're at max health. As you can see, if you heal once the enemy is dead at the end, you can actually fully heal the whole team. Then the healing has no problem, so it's pretty weird, but I don't know why it is this way. Okay, phase 3 on floor 2, he has damage reductions, which he can remove. As you can see at the top, he has a blue buff. And those are damage reductions. They will stack every turn. If you don't remove them after he gets a lot of stacks, you won't do enough damage anymore. And to shred the gauge on this phase, you actually have to keep the health of the enemy below half of the health bar. So more than 50% damage you have to do each turn. So the gauge will shred. If you keep him above 50% health, he will get an attack buff. And you will actually die. It will be way too hard to do it then. That's why I got the ultimates on the previous phase before killing. So I could do enough damage here. So you have to do this for 4 turns. And then the 5th turn you could kill if you want to. And as you can see, there's an extra damage reduction buff that came on the enemy. And also on phase 3, he can remove the buffs on you with his single target. So every time he attacks someone with the single target, it will remove the buffs, like you saw with Elat. And this can also be pretty annoying. You gotta keep all of these things in mind. That's why Nidhoggr is the most difficult boss in all of Grand Cross. Pretty crazy. There are so many gimmicks you have to keep in mind. It's crazy. You can't rush everything you do. You have to think twice on what to do. You have to think on the next turn that's coming up. Stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. Floor 2, phase 3. He doesn't have a stance. They only have stances on all the phases on the last floor. So here we don't have enough attack cards. Luckily the health of the enemy is very low, so I don't have to use too many attacks. So let's do this and then remove the ultimate move gauge. You always want to have the ultimate from Green Elizabeth and Elat, so you can keep spamming them. But if you have, like you saw here, a rank 2 skill from someone that has the ultimate, it will remove 1 orb and de-rank the skill, so it become a rank 1 skill, and then you don't have the ultimate anymore. So I was very unlucky here. I didn't think of that, so I have to get her ultimate again here. So let's do this and do enough damage here. As you can see, the gauge is fully shredded. So now next turn I will kill, because I have the ultimate from Liz. And I think he does the attack every 3 turns that de-ranks skills, and this will remove an ultimate move gauge. Now he doesn't use it, so I'm fine here. I'm just a bit worried about this ultimate. Let's see the damage. Damn, we took a lot of damage. But okay, yeah, don't worry. My Frey almost died, but don't worry, I'm gonna heal. So now let's try and kill. Can we actually kill? I actually don't think so. Our damage won't be enough. Because as you can see, once the gauge is fully shredded to 0, he has some health buffs. So now his health is a lot more, so you will have to do more damage to kill. So I don't think this kills here. No, it won't get. Yeah, that's pretty annoying because we already used the ultimate from Liz. We had to, because if we didn't, we would have died with Freya. So next turn we will have to heal with one of the healing cards. Luckily we have a rank 2 healing card from Liz. And then do enough damage with Freya so she can heal the most, because you don't want to start floor 3 with Freya having the least amount of health left. Believe me, you want to have full health going into floor 3, because floor 3 is still no joke. It's pretty whale heavy actually. It's better to have all the units maxed out for floor 3, because it's already pretty difficult if you have all the units maxed out. But luckily we did manage to kill here. And I think we healed pretty much everything. Let's see, yeah, we have max health, pretty good. Okay, now let's move to floor 3. This is my strat, guys. Just follow the same thing I'm doing here. This will be a lot faster. You might have to restart a few times, of course, because you need to be lucky with the cards you get. But what you're searching for is a rank 2 Pierce card and a rank 2 single target from any other attack without merging. If you have that, you can kill in 2 turns. And if you don't have that, like you see here, but I was lucky yet, because I already have a rank 2 Pierce card here. Just heal a bit here, do enough damage, and then hope for next turn you get the right cards, so you can completely shred the gauge. But if you stall one more turn like I do here, you need to have a rank 3 Pierce card. So if I don't get the rank 3, I will have to restart here. So let's do this, heal a bit, do some damage. You can do it in 2 turns like I said, because the gauge won't be completely filled yet. And how to do it in 2 turns is you want to do the same attacks that I used turn 1 here, and then just hope for a rank 2 Pierce card and a rank 2 single target. And then you can just kill in 2 turns. And this is how you don't mind any of the gimmicks on this phase, because this phase 1 on floor 3, you have to stall like what, 10-15 minutes, even 20 minutes. It's insane. So if you don't want to stall, just use this technique and you will be able to do it. I was very lucky to get the rank 3 Pierce card. Because of that and the rank 2 single target, I will completely shred the gauge. I think it completely shreds already with a rank 3. Let's see. Yeah, it completely shreds. And you saw here, did you see it? I used an attack card and now my attack is sealed, guys. Which is insane. Luckily I do have the ultimate from Mael, because I need to use that ultimate on phase 2. Because phase 2, if you don't remove one of those damage reductions, he has 4 on this phase, he needs to have 3. If you leave all of them, the 4, believe me, you will die. He will just kill the whole team. So you want to have a cancel stance card, turn 1, phase 2. So you can remove one of those damage reductions and then you just do some damage. The way the gauge works on this phase, every time you cancel a stance with one of the attacks or the ultimate from Mael, he will get 15% of the gauge. And the way to shred the gauge is with debuff cards. Healing cards will also work, it will also do like 5 to 6%, but debuff cards are even better. So just use healing cards and debuff cards, so the blue card from Elat and the healing card from Liz to shred the gauge. And always attack first with a cancel stance card, so you can get the gauge up, and then you use the buffs and healing cards, so you can get the gauge down again. This is pretty annoying for a lot of players, I know. Even for me, it's not very fun to do this. But yeah. As you can see, I'm keeping the single target from Freya, because you want to make sure you can remove the stance once it comes up. I think it's this turn. Yeah, it's this turn, so you want to remove this stance, because once he puts up the stance, he puts up back the 4th damage reduction, and if you don't remove it, he has the attack buff, which will kill the whole team, so you don't want that. But keep in mind, if you get ulted on, it will do a lot of damage. Only when you have the buffs activated from Elad's ultimate, then the damage will be pretty manageable. But without her buffs, don't be ulted on, because you will regret it. It's way too strong. And as you see, every time I use against the stance card, the gauge that you have to shred on the left side gets 15% extra every time you use against the stance card. Keep that in mind, you don't want to use them too often, because as you noticed, also if you use attack cards, it only shreds like 1 or 2% of the gauge. It's crazy. Even rank 2 or 3 skills, it only shreds 1 or 2% max. The ultimates do shred a bit more. I think it's like 6. And the best to shred it is the healing cards and the cleanse cards, of course. So that's the way you have to do this phase. We didn't manage to remove the ult gauge here, and we don't even have the Elad ultimates proc, so this might be very annoying. Also, as you can see, phase 2 here, the single target also removes buffs on your heroes. So even if you have Elad's ultimate activated, a single target can remove the buffs on your hero. Pretty crazy floor actually. This floor 3 is no joke. So annoying, you will have to retry a lot. This is my 3rd try I think for this video, so I hope this time I can do it. So we have to remove the stance again and remove one of those damage reductions. So yeah, pretty annoying. Let's do this and then use the Elad's ults and the healing. So we are at max health here. And as you can see, the ults shred the gauge pretty well. As you can see, I still have a debuff card here and a healing card. So this phase I will use those 2 cards and it will fully shred the gauge. And then I will just kill with some attacks. And then finally phase 2 is done. This is the most annoying phase. Because of my trick, I can actually go around phase 1. And you can kill in 2 or 3 turns max. But the best thing is to kill in 2 turns. But I was very lucky to get a rank 3 pierce card. So I could completely shred the gauge and then move to the next phase. So as you can see, we are at 1% here from the gauge by using those debuff card and the healing card. So one more attack should put it to 0, as you can see here, and then we just use one more attack to kill. Pretty straightforward, but it's a lot to keep in mind. It's not an easy boss. And the reason it's not easy is because still, I don't know how long it's already out, but still there is no Ragnarok unit for Nidhoggr. That's why it's so hard to clear. Okay, phase 3. The way to shred the gauge on this phase is you have to do enough damage so 2 health bars are gone. So you only have to do 2 health bars damage, and that will be enough so the gauge will be shredded. And you gotta keep in mind, guys, he always fully heals, always. So you can see he's fully dead here. I completely killed the health gauge and he fully healed. He took a lot of damage again because I used the ultimate from Freya, and the ultimate has this. That's why he just took damage here. So every turn you want to get rid of 2 health bars of the enemy, so the gauge will shred. And I think it's like 4 turns waiting, and then you can kill. And also you see he fully heals after every turn. Once it's his turn, he will fully heal. But even that will go away once the gauge is fully shredded. So then when you do damage, he won't fully heal again. Okay, let's heal here. Then do some damage. And remove the ultimate move gauge. Also guys, he will put up a stance on this phase as well. But I know for me, for my team, the counter on that stance is not strong enough, so I can even attack multiple times with 1 unit in that stance. It doesn't affect me. But it does put up debuffs on you if you don't have debuff immunity. So if you attack with units that don't have debuff immunity, like you see Elet here, she will get debuffed if she attacks in that stance. So for that reason, you might want to remove the stance once he puts up the stance. But as you will see, it's not really that important in my opinion. Just do enough damage so you keep shredding 2 health bars from the enemy. So we're gonna get ulted on here, that's not good. Damn. Luckily we did use the ultimate from Elat, that's why I told you guys to use it. So this is the stance. Let's remove that stance. Damn, Mael 6-6 is just so crazy. Once the gauge is shredded and you can finally kill, as you can see, it's Mael that will do the most damage. So if you have the ultimate from Mael, you could pretty much kill in 1 turn. Not with the ultimate only, but with the ultimate and some follow-up attacks. But on floor 2, phase 3, the single targets will remove the buffs here from the boss. But on floor 3, it's on phase 2 that the single targets will remove the buffs on your units. So keep that in mind, something to know. Okay, we have to stall for 1 more turn here. So let's do enough damage, just to be sure. Okay, yeah, that did enough damage, but just use all these attacks if your units aren't 6-6. So you're sure you can do enough damage. Because I just wasted all of these attacks because he will fully heal again. But luckily, the ultimate again from Freya has Abyss, so we did lose a lot of health here. But now we just have to kill, pretty easy. And I managed to get the ultimate from Mael, so I think it's over. I think we can kill this turn. I'm not sure because now he is a bit more tanky though, but he won't heal again. So let's see. Does this kill? Not sure. Let's just remove the ultimate just to be sure if it doesn't kill him. Yeah, it doesn't kill, you see. It did like almost 2 million before, but now that the gauge is shredded, it does a lot less damage. Okay, I forgot that. It's a good thing I removed the ultimate gauge. And then next turn we will kill. But yeah, floor 3, phase 3 is actually a lot more easy. It's phase 1 and phase 2 especially. That is pretty hard. And like every content in Grand Cross, especially PvE, but also PvP of course, you just need to get lucky with the cards you get. If you aren't lucky with the cards, yeah, it will be a lot more difficult to clear it. I could have killed here, but I'm just gonna show you guys. If you attack in this counter, in this stance, it does nothing back. So as you can see, it did nothing. But the thing it does is when you don't have debuff immunity, he will put debuffs on you. And that might be a problem because you will take so much damage once you're debuffed. Okay, let's do this here. This and this, so we can kill. I think Mael already kills here. Let's see. Oh damn, that did no damage. I don't know if he kills. Okay, that's pretty annoying. If he is in the stance, yeah, okay guys, keep that in mind. If he is in the stance, he also has some kind of defense up. So it will take a lot less damage. Luckily I did remove the ultimate move at the end here. I was so lucky I did that. And I did notice here, if you do more damage with your attack in that counter, in that stance, the reflect is stronger because Mael took a lot more damage because his attack did a lot more damage. That I didn't notice before. But yeah, we have the ultimates now, so this is over. It's done. Damn, we did 832 and it did so little. That's actually crazy. But yeah, we're done. Okay, it was pretty lengthy. I did several tries to finish this video. So yeah, floor 3 is still not fun, even after the adjustments. I didn't really understand everything they said. They said some gray debuffs would have been red debuffs now, so you can cleanse them. I didn't notice that. So I think they messed up with something. But yeah, this team can still do it. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. See you next time. Peace out.